back to yet another Polytalks episode. And the theme of this week's episode, or I should say this day's episode, is further analysis of Donald Trump's New York legal drama and kind of overviewing what are the next kind of events that will occur, when are the key dates in this case, because I promised when I made my original videos detailing Trump's indictment that I would review as this case progressed the odds and ends, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm providing a very specific breakdown of the dates because that is informative, and I know many people have a public interest in this trial. It is, of course, an unprecedented and massive move, and the former president, for the first time in U.S. history, is facing criminal charges. So, understandably, people want to stay informed on this issue, and that is exactly what I'm going to do today. So, diving right on in here, the first kind of aspect to review here is discovery. So, of course, one of the core principles of the American legal system is that the defendant and the defense can review the prosecution's evidence before the trial. And so, however, that does not mean all the evidence will immediately be deposited to Trump. There are actually kind of three stages of different types of evidence to Trump's legal team. So, first of all, we're starting kind of bare bones here, grand jury minutes and witness statements for those who appear during the secret grand jury proceedings. So that's not massive, but it still could have some interesting cues as to various points in the trial. So that will be revealed within the coming week. So the second one, this is a much larger time frame. The bulk of materials, such as witness documents, subpoena compliance information, and of course a variety of other materials and information, these are all going to be provided within 65 days of the arraignment. So that could be anywhere from tomorrow to a little over 2 months from now in June. So this is obviously a massive time frame, and it just goes to show that the trial process here is kind of elongated. It is not, as you might assume from pop culture, for example, where it all happens extremely quickly. This is going to be a long, drawn out trial just to set expectations. And then finally, the third stage of discovery here might include internal emails between district attorney employees. So we're digging really deep here, and anything else that for some reason could not be provided within 65 days, and there is no timeline for these disclosures, although presumably it would occur before the trial. So, besides this little section here explaining the kind of logistics of that, there's another important thing to mention for this trial, and that is that Trump will try to dismiss the grand jury's recommendation for criminal charges. And so Donald Trump has the power to do this, and he can ask the judge to reject this on 9 possible grounds, so he definitely has options. He can file on various motions, and however, he has to do this by August 8th. He has to file the motions, and then if this were to occur, which it almost certainly will, then the prosecutor's response is due September 19th, and the judge, Merchant, will set a date for December 4th, and will make a ruling on that day. So that's probably, if you have to take one thing away from this video, December 4th is a very important date, which is Trump's next court appearance. Like I said, it's a long drawn out trial, so that is essentially 8 months from now. So definitely no short length of time. However, it just goes to show this is a slow process. And so this is the date that's been set. And let's say the dismissal succeeds, the trial is over, and all of this can begin to die down. If the dismissal fails, this case is going into trial. And assuming the dismissal fails, the trial could begin anywhere as early from January 2024. Although, while this has been an argument, the Trump legal team has said they want to get this ordeal over with and completed as soon as possible, but that they couldn't really agree to a date until the discovery progresses. But he did say this is a bit aggressive, Trump's attorney, Todd Blanche, so this will probably not be the actual date of the trial, although certainly we can expect probably early 2024 is when we can expect this, which of course directly coincides with the Republican primaries and both parties' primaries. So that is another factor to consider, is perhaps Donald Trump would like to get the bulk of the trial over with before his primaries, as that would certainly be a very potent point for Republicans to attack Trump on, is that he's actively undergoing a criminal trial as he is attempting to run for the Republican nomination. And I feel like when you put it into words that stark, Donald Trump would almost certainly want to have this whole ordeal kind of, in his words, debunked or exposed as a sham, if that's what would end up happening, before the bulk of the primaries, or else he may end up looking quite the fool as he tries to seek the Republican nomination. And so that is just the general timeline for this trial. So it's definitely going to last for, it could even be a year from now when we see movement on this trial. But it's for sure an elongated, but it could have been years. So it just goes to show this trial has massive public interest, so perhaps it is being moved at a slightly quicker rate than normal. But I hope that is all the information you needed to know in the short term, because many people probably expected when Donald Trump was arraigned that this would be the commencement of a lengthy trial immediately, although that will not be the case if Donald Trump is able to dismiss the case. And if he is not able to, then the trial could occur in up to a year to perhaps even longer. So that is something people need to realize, is that it's not an immediate process, it will take time. So thank you so much for taking a short period of time to review this video today, and I hope it was informative for you. So many thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.